After 7 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out, it's 7 o'clock p.m.
Hello! West Alameda! It's after 7 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's time for me to give a shout out and thank you to all the frontline and the essential workers, to the doctors, the nurses, the longshoremen, the bus drivers, the truck drivers, the farm workers, those who work in the stores, the restaurants, the hotels, postal employees, the teachers, the parents. So please, if you hear my voice, would you clap your hands, honk your horns, shout, make some noise! All right. Yeah. All right. Thank y'all. Yes, sir. Hey, Facebook. Thank you. So this is day 368. And got a little friendly reception from outside, and I appreciate that. But it's a little cold, so I'm going to go inside and do the rest of it. How's everybody doing? Turn this around. So today is day 368. It's the 368th day since April 1st, 2020, when I started standing on the balcony or wherever I happen to be and giving a thank you and a shout out to all the frontline and essential workers. And today, April 3rd, 2021, as of 6:30 p.m., we've had 2,860,442 people have died from coronavirus all over the world. And here in the United States, 568,513. And here in the state of California, 59,624 as of April 3rd, 2021. And you want to see that comparison from yesterday, April the 2nd. The world, 2,852,078. Here in the United States, 567,610. And in California, yesterday, 59,554. Now, I want you to look up there at this top, April 3rd, 2020. On April 3rd, 2020, 1 year ago, around the world, it was 56,767. And right here in the United States, 5,784. And right here in the state of California, 237. So I put those up there just to show you the difference from a year ago and from yesterday. As always, I want to ask everybody to please keep in your prayers and in your thoughts all those who have died from coronavirus all over the world and right here in the United States, California, and right here in the Bay Area. So please, prayers and thoughts for them. And also, would you keep in your prayers and your thoughts all those who have tested positive. Oops, sorry, y'all. My phone dropped. All those who have tested positive for coronavirus. Trying to fix my phone, y'all. Sorry. all those have tested positive for coronavirus. People who had to go to the hospital for surgery, for operations, for just being so sick they had no choice but to go. People having mental and emotional strain, whatever things people are going through, ask you to keep them in your prayers and your thoughts. Hey, Mabel, what's up with it? And so that's who I'm asking you to do that for. And today, I want to do a shout out. I want to do prayers and thoughts, and I want to do birthday greetings. So the first thing is, let's go to the shout out. Major League Baseball decision to cancel All-Star game, take it out of Georgia, which is due to the Jim Crow voting rights. So y'all know that the governor of Georgia, Republican, they came up with all these rules and all these things about trying to make it harder for people to vote, which includes taking polling stations out of, out of certain neighborhoods. Y'all know what neighborhoods we're talking about. But I think the thing that caught everybody's attention was making it a crime to pass out water to people standing in line. Let me say that again. You standing in line, and it could be a hot day, because sometimes it might be hot in November, and you could really use some water, but it's against the law, according to Georgia legislation, for anybody to come up and give you water, because God forbid that it would be a Democrat or Democrats who would want to pass out water. Water! We're not talking about passing out literature saying vote for the Democrats. And I'm sure that they're going to say, are you a Democrat or a Republican? Because if you're a Republican, we're not going to give you no water. I don't think we would do stuff like that. I think that if we're passing out water, it's human nature to give water to everybody standing in line. Republican, Democrat, or Independent. Black or white. Native, Indigenous, Hispanic, Latinx, Asian. I think if you're going to pass out water, you would give it to everybody. But the state of Georgia wants to make it harder. They come up with all this stuff about, you got to have a certain kind of ID and all this other kind of stuff. Anything they can do to make it hard for our people to vote. So that's why I wrote on here, Jim Crow, KKKROW. That's what I said, Jim Crow. I call it like I see it. And that's how I see it. So I want to give my shout out, Mabuhay, to Major League Baseball decision. Now, you know MLB caught hell from the governor of Georgia. I just seen a thing on TV where they had the governor of Georgia standing up there talking all that mess, and he had about 4 or 5 Negroes. Now, I do call them Negroes because I'm not going to refer to them as African Americans or as black people. Negro, colored. Because, back in the day, that's what they wanted to refer to us, as Negro with a little N and colored with the little C. As if we came from a land called Negro land, or we came from the continent called Colored Continent. But they didn't want us to say Africa because that was too much. But anyway, that's who my shout out goes out to Major League Baseball in their decision to cancel the All-Star game in Georgia. And I believe they talk about the draft over there too. So, hey, shout out Major League Baseball. The next thing is prayers and thoughts. I would ask all of you to
After 7 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out, it's 7:10 p.m.
Getting close to my time to close it down. I would ask all of you to keep in your prayers, keep in your thoughts, the families and the loved ones of all the victims of COVID-19. All those 2 million, almost 900,000 people who have died from coronavirus all over the world, and the almost 570,000 people here in the United States, and almost 60,000 people in California. I'm asking all of you to say a prayer and keep them in your thoughts, please, for all the people who have died from coronavirus. Yeah. That's all I can say on that. On another note, I have a confession to make. Yesterday, if those of you who might have looked at this thing, or I said happy birthday to my brother, Pepito Dixon. Hey, Jan, what's up? And also to my grandson, Kalen Kent. Well, I made a mistake, y'all. And I want to blame that on being 72 years old. I want to blame it on old people memory. My grandson's birthday is actually today, Kalen Kent. He turned 9 years old. And I put him on the same day birthday with my brother, Pepito. So I apologize, grandson. Happy birthday to my grandson, Kalen Kent. Just turned 9 years old. Hey, you know, we make mistakes. And when you're old geezer like me, and you're old and short and fat, you got a good excuse for why you can't remember stuff. So I'm definitely going to play my old folks card. Where my old folks card? There it is, right there, old folks card. Hey, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here because I got on here real late last night. I think it was like 7:30 almost before I got out of here. Or 7:40. I think I got to the last call for, they say last call for alcohol. I got the last call for my shout out, the last reveille. So I'm going to get up out of here. So, day 368, April 3rd, 2021. Let me say to all the frontline and the essential workers, Mabuhay, long live. Let me also say Hokahe. Let me also say to you, Ashe, Amandla, Harambe, Que Viva, Shalom, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Wakanda forever. What was the one in Chinese? Jin Yu? Jai-Yu, thank you. Jai-Yu. Jai-Yu. See? I had to have somebody come up here and tell me. So, Michelle, thank you. Michelle had to come up here and tell me. Michelle Chinese, so she could tell me how to say it. Jai-Yu. Michelle is black Chinese, so she knows how to say that. Okay? I didn't know how to say it. I got Chinese in me, but I don't know how to say it. But anyway, Jai-Yu. Jai-Yu. Okay. Hey, Mark, what's up? Okay, so, y'all, that's it. That's my shout out for today. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. I'm going to church, y'all. Going back to church. My church is open up. I go to St. Benedict's over in East Oakland, 82nd and Bancroft. St. Benedict's is a black Catholic church, but everybody can come up in there. It's cool. It's good. I'm happy to go back to church because, you know, that whole thing of being able to fellowship in person. And the thing, and I ain't recruiting nobody. Don't get that twisted. I ain't not recruiting anybody to go to my church. I'm just saying, just as informational purposes, the way they got it set up is they got like the first 2-3 pews is empty, and then you sit in the fourth pew, and the next 2-3 pews is empty, so on all the way to the back. And like on the side seats is like either one, or if you're with somebody, 2 of you can sit in those side rows as long as there's 3 seats empty in front and 3 seats empty behind. The middle is like for families. Now they also have it where it's 3 pews empty, 1 pew open, so on all the way from front to back. And but you know, if you're a family, you can sit in the middle pews. And on the side, it's the same thing as the other side. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. And for Catholics, when we go receive Holy Communion, we're not all bunched up anymore. Now we have to stay at 6 feet apart, you know, mask and all. And like I said, I did get vaccinated, but believe me, I'm wearing my mask tomorrow. And I will stay 6 feet apart. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. God, let me wake up. If not, happy Easter to all of you. And stay safe, stay strong, wear that mask, get vaccinated. For those of you who are willing to do it, and for those of you who don't and won't, that's your decision. I love y'all anyway. Peace. One love. I'm out of here, y'all.